What's going on, guys? Drewzy here, back again with another South Park Phone Destroyer episode. And for the second week in a row, guys, we have to do one of these videos where we talk about a new card being released into the game, because it was announced just a few hours before making this video that Bounty Hunter Kyle is going to be coming to the game. So now Kyle will finally have cards within all four of the major themes currently within the game, as this was the only card that he was missing. He was missing a sci-fi range card. He is a boss in the campaign currently, but now he will be playable for all of you in PvP as a card within the game. We will talk about everything we know currently about Bounty Hunter Kyle, as well as my thoughts on is this a good or a bad idea to implement another card 2 weeks in a row. And I will get into all that information, of course, as well. But this is how we know that Bounty Hunter Kyle, guys, is coming. He was announced in the news in the actual game of South Park Phone Destroyer today. Bounty Hunter Kyle is coming. New card, Bounty Hunter Kyle coming next weekend. Bounty Hunter Kyle boosts the attacks of other characters with each attack and heals his allies with each kill. So here is the information that we know so far about Bounty Hunter Kyle directly from the South Park Phone Destroyer.wiki. And it says that Bounty Hunter Kyle is a 3-cost range from the sci-fi theme who is available at rank. We don't know what rank he is at currently right now within the game. That gives all allies an attack boost when hitting an enemy and heals all allies when killing an enemy. He was released for the May event. So this is the information that we know. He's dressed as Boba Fett from Star Wars, that we already kind of knew from, based on the, he's going to look the exact same as he does as the character currently within the game. His theme is sci-fi, his class is a range card, his rarity is epic. It was originally rumored that he was going to be a common range card, but it looks like now that rarity has changed to epic based on what information we currently know within leaked information. He is a 3 energy cost, 3.75 range. We do not know his attack speed currently as of this moment. And again, his effect, when this character hits an enemy, all allies gain an attack boost. Now, does that mean they have to be within a certain aura or certain range to get that effect? We do not know that for sure quite yet, or if that's just a default stat that is given to everyone. And then it's how much of an attack boost do they get? Do they get basically a Robo Bebe style effect where they get that kind of attack damage? This could be very interesting to find out eventually when this card is released. When this character kills an enemy, it heals all allies. We do not know the amount of heal that he's going to get and how that ranges or stacks up over time as you level him up. So this so far, based on leaked information, this is not directly from Redlinks themselves, but this is what we possibly know about Bounty Hunter Kyle when he does get released into this game. So some interesting information. It also talks about that he says dead or alive or time to collect at times during his character gameplay. So that's interesting to know, guys, that we know that Bounty Hunter Kyle is going to be coming here relatively soon. Now, in my opinion, this was not a great idea on Redlink's part to release this card so soon, and the main reason why I state that is because there are still a plethora of issues, bugs that are currently going on within the game. Something that the team did announce. This line right here is something directly from the Ubisoft forums that was announced in last week's post by It's Just Buck, in saying that Beyond in the next balance patch is still being tested and things are changing. I can briefly go over and discuss the goals of our next patch and mention a few of the cards that will likely have some buffs incoming. We have been taking a look at the overall use rate of several cards and themes overall, and we feel that there are several mystical cards that deserve a bit of love. We're looking at balance changes coming to Master Ninja, Witch Doctor Token, Hermes Kenny, and Energy Staff, with a few more than that are being discussed. These are not final, which is why I don't have all the full details changes just yet, but as we test and adjust over these next 2 weeks, we will give them the more detailed patch notes in regards to balance. Please bear in mind that our pursuit for a balanced and exciting game, all cards are subject to balance changes. That's all we have for this week. Until next time, blah, 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 blah. So this is something that they talked about Beyond. They did implement some changes and balance changes on May 17th for this game. They did talk about that there was going to be at least 2 of those style of patches that were going to be done within the game. So that was just wave 1. So I assume and hope wave 2 comes this week before the end of this week goes, and that then in 2 weeks, I did announce at the beginning that this is coming this next weekend, so it looks like the following weekend we will be adding Bounty Hunter Kyle, as it looks like it's saying coming next weekend. So not this weekend, next weekend. So in 2 weeks, we're going to have Bounty Hunter Kyle. So twice, 2 new cards in 3 weeks. To me, this is a poor decision by Red Lynx to focus on implementing new content when there are still issues that need to be addressed. They talked about, and I made a video on 250 some bugs that were going to be worked out within the game. That's stuff that Red Lynx has found and is now starting to work on and fix. If you're going to work on that, that's all well and good. It needs to be done, but that needs to be your top priority, in my opinion. A lot of the complaints from the community that play this game as much or more than I do is that there are still a plethora of issues within the game. I've found a ton of lag issues the last couple of days. I didn't notice a lot of problems while I was actually streaming and or playing in this event. There were just some weird bugs with right now with Deckhand Butters. Deckhand Butters heal is not healing the enemy nuke, your new kid right now. It is healing the units, but it's not actually properly healing the new kid. That is one bug that a lot of people have talked about. I don't play Deckhand Butters, so I haven't noticed that bug personally. I did notice in the stream that it did rotate around. It just kind of sat behind the new kid and spun around. I don't know if that's necessarily the bug that people are noticing. There's been more than just that. So if you're going to keep adding more stuff, that could add to more problems. That's the issue that I have with implementing another card within a slow time window of 3 weeks. You are adding 2 new cards to the game. Granted, that Bounty Hunter Kyle sounds like an interesting card, that the last card that was implemented, Ink and Craig, has had decent value here and there. Is it the best card that we've seen? Absolutely not. But I think it will be nice to have finally round out the Kyles and have the 4 different Kyles, so I can do a best of video for you guys, because I know you guys, a lot of my fan base has enjoyed that series, and that series will immediately start as soon as I get enough information and feel comfortable talking about Bounty Hunter Kyle. So that will come at a future date. There will also be gameplay, hopefully, of me playing Bounty Hunter Kyle, as I do hope to obtain him similar that I was able to luckily do with Ink and Craig. But again, the focus needs to be on fixing the game at large at where it is right now. Does Red Lynx listen to what I say or what us content creators say? I hope so. I don't really know. I feel like at times yes, and I feel like at times absolutely not. So this will obviously be subject to changes. It will be interesting to see if some of these beyond things is that they're focusing on card balancing. They need to focus on bugs and glitches first, then focus on card balancing, then push Bounty Hunter Kyle back a little bit longer if you need to. I understand that Red Lynx has strings dangling them, which is Ubisoft. Ubisoft controls what Red Lynx does and doesn't do. They have a bottom line they have to meet. They're a business like everything else, but they're also supposed to be, hopefully, focusing on their community at large, the fans that play the game, and the content creators that create the game, and listen to all those parties and sides and come to a mutual agreement and understand that, in reality, the best strategy probably is to make the game flippin' work before you worry about adding more to it. That's all I'm going to say about that. That's really mostly what this video was about, was to discuss Bounty Hunter Kyle, which will be coming out, from what it sounds like, in 2 weeks. I will have more information on Bounty Hunter Kyle as it becomes available here on the channel, and we'll also have gameplay with him, hopefully, if we're able to unlock him here, hopefully, soon. So thank you guys again so much for watching this video. Any points that you have where you agree, disagree with the statements that I made here about fixing the game first before focusing on new card placement and or adding more to this game, please let me know down in the comments section. You guys have been great. We are right over 1,900 subscribers as I'm posting this video, which has been awesome. Getting close to 2,000, which would be great and super awesome for the channel if that's able to happen here soon. Thank you guys for the continued support, and until next time, guys, my name is Drewzy.